I've recently come across a load of Reddit posts, YouTube videos, and generally people talking about Monster Hunter Wilds performance, saying that it isn't up to scratch. Now, most of the complaints have been coming from PC gamers, so if you are a PC gamer, stick around and I'm going to show you how to get more FPS on Monster Hunter Wilds, but also this works on plenty of other games. So, let's get into it. I have tested this method on other titles such as Dark Souls 3, Monster Hunter World, and even Elden Ring, so I'm fairly confident it's going to work. So all you need to do is open the task manager whilst you've got the game running. So for now we're going to use Monster Hunter Wilds, obviously, because that's what we're looking at. Right click, go to details, go down to the game, click on set affinity and turn the CPU 0 off. Now, I'm not going to get into too much detail because I'm not an expert on all things CPU and GPU, and I've always said if you're not an expert on something, you shouldn't really be talking about it. But what I do know is your computer will pick like a default core, I guess you could say, and it will do all of its intense tasks on that core. In our instance, we're talking about Core 0, the one we just turned off. So if you turn your CPU Core 0 off for the game that you're playing, it's going to allow that game to run smoothly, and it's not going to have to fight with other tasks to be able to basically perform better. Now, with all that said, this didn't give me an FPS boost with all the games I tested, but what it did do when it didn't give me an FPS boost was it allowed for way more stability, less frame drops and stuff like that. So the game basically just ran smoother overall. So that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about, but just remember that your computer is like a brain. If you're trying to do a load of tasks at once, it's going to fall over, things are going to start stuttering, and generally it's just going to perform bad. So remember, if you're playing intense games like Monster Hunter Wilds, Cyberpunk, turn things like Google Chrome off. In fact, you shouldn't even be using Google Chrome. If you're someone who likes the game but also watch like the internet whilst you're playing, then you need something like Opera GRX, which is way less CPU demanding. So just remember, gamers, there are always more ways to skin a cat. So don't be afraid to play with your settings and just explore a little bit. Try out new things to see if it works better. That's pretty much all I've got to say on this one. If any of this helped you out even a little bit, feel free to drop a like, a comment, a subscribe, all that stuff that does help me out massively. I will catch you on the next one. Have fun.